Crap. Total crap. Really crap. I mean, come on, crap. But more importantly to those being total crap, why does it matter that those drum thrones are total crap? Can a drum throne actually make us a better drummer? There's an argument to be made that they can. What do you notice every one of these drummers doing? I'll give you a hint. They're sitting. It's the number one thing that a drummer does. They sit. And yet so many of us get the basic foundation of that sitting incorrectly. The number one problem that plagues drummers when it comes to pain is back pain. I've talked to countless students that the issue they are having is back pain, and it actually keeps them from playing the drums.
I broke my back.
A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
And they never think to start with their drum throne. To become a better drummer, we have to be able to play this instrument for a longer period of time, to practice, to play gigs. I regularly play gigs that are 4 and 5 hours long. To do that, we have to sit on these for extended periods of time, and that is the foundation of what we are doing as a drummer. If we can't sit for a longer period of time, we can't play for a longer period of time, which means I can't earn money, which means I can't feed my family, right? We literally cannot become a better drummer unless we get this right, and so many people don't even look at the throne and what it does to our drumming. So let's dive into this problem. To become a better drummer, we need to sit longer, right? We need to be able to play without pain. But whenever the foundation of our playing is something like this, and we sit down like this, what we've done is we've coupled an awful drum throne with awful posture, and most of the time, not good core strength, and it's a perfect recipe for back pain. Recently, I had to order 16 drum thrones for the studio, so how did I go about picking which drum throne we wanted to use? I'll tell you that, but first, let's solve this issue of posture. You would think something like sitting at a drum throne would be a very basic thing, but so many of us get it wrong, myself included, for a long time. So when we sit down, we have to start with a good foundation, which is a solid throne that allows enough seat and chair there to give us the foundation we need. So when we sit down on something like this, it doesn't matter really how great of a foundation we have. Look at, I mean, this doesn't even cover half of what I need to be able to sit down. Couple that with most drummers, when they sit down somewhat like this. We not only have a bad drum throne, we also have bad posture because we're sitting on our tailbone, and now most of us play like this, so we have a shoulder forward, head forward posture, and that's gonna lead to all kinds of mid-back pain, neck pain, as well as low back pain. And the solution's not just we'll sit up straight as your parents told you, because that doesn't fix it. We still have a bad foundation. And it doesn't matter if we sit properly, like you're supposed to, where we tuck our butt out before we sit down, because now I still have a drum throne that is wobbly, poorly made, and not big enough for my butt. This one is too small. It's too wobbly. I mean, come on, this is crap. This is just a really awful drum throne. This from Tama is another awful drum throne. Came with my son's drum set. It's awful. You can't even, it's bad. This one, a little bit wider, looks good, but when you sit down, it's hard as a rock, and it's still not quite big enough to support everything I need. As well as, this tends to strip out and starts wobbling on you, whether that be here or here. It's not a great design for it. This one, as you can see, it's completely torn up. So it's just poor construction, poor craftsmanship on this part. This started happening after a few months of having it, and it's just gotten worse. This one is a Gibraltar. Now, I'll admit, I haven't had this one that long, and it's better than these, but as well, when you sit on it, it's a little too soft. And sitting on it for longer periods of time starts to have back pain just from it being, it's too squishy almost. You need a little bit firmness. So, coming into Rock and Sock, who have paid nothing for this video, by the way. I just like their throne. This is a good throne for me. This one has lasted 22, 23-ish years. Now we have a throne that's big enough to support my body. Then when we sit down, we took our butt out, feet flat on the floor, and now we have a good foundation. We have a solid throne. We've solidified this chain that we kind of have to go down whenever we're looking at back pain. And now it's just dealing with, or we're playing with rounded shoulders, with a head forward posture, you know, the classic Buddy Rich, you know, he very much looks like this all the time when he plays. You're gonna have back pain. You've got to sit, Buddy Rich is a fantastic drummer, but come on, anybody can look at that and know you're gonna have back pain. And he did. There were other issues I'm sure that I don't know about. I'm not a doctor, but you can tell when a person's sitting like that, they're going to have back pain. So when we're sitting like this, you have a great foundation, have a great throne, you can sit for longer periods of time, so ergo, you can become a better drummer because you can play for longer. Let me interrupt this video real quick. You may be like, Steven, what weird building are you in that has all of these? Some of you have been like, is this your house? No, it's not my house. This is a Studios for SDS. I've run an online drum school since 2011. Tens of thousands of students have come through the program. I would love to help you if you need some help. We're setting up for drum camp season, which is a separate thing. You can go on the website and see that our camps are all sold out for this year. I would love to have you in the program. It is a comprehensive program online. It is much more personal than you're probably used to. The online campus is full of song breakdowns, utilizing new technology where you can slow them down, repeat the song, loop certain areas. We have a couple of weekly student calls every week where you get to hop on and talk to me personally. Pre-made lesson tracks. I'll make you a personalized lesson plan. It really is a full program that's geared towards you becoming the best drummer that you can be. So to answer a lot of your questions, no, this isn't my house. My wife would never let me do this to our house, although I may ask her. And that brings us back to why the heck did I have to buy 16 drum thrones? It's because we started drum camps a couple years ago and we're in drum camp season right now, and I ordered 16, 17 of these. We have to have 19 drum thrones in the studio just to like have the camp make it function. We have 12 practice kits, 7 drum sets set up. It's awesome. These have been nothing but problematic. Whereas the Rockin' Socks, they just work. It's worked for 22, 23 years. It hasn't stopped working. Matter of fact, the last camp we had somebody come sit on it and they're like, I love this throne. They ordered one from Sweetwater and it was here in like a day. Whenever it came to ordering new ones, I contacted Rockin' Sock. I was like, hey, I got to get a lot of these. Can you guys fulfill it? All right, I haven't opened up any of these. Let's see what they look like new out of the box. Kind of pumped. My last new Rockin' Sock I didn't buy off Facebook Marketplace was that blue one over there 22, 23 years ago. It was our first Christmas we were married. That was literally my whole Christmas present because we were freaking poor. Oh yeah. Ooh. So the reason I like this throne is it is 22, 23 years old now. Been in the backs of trailers, it's been everywhere. Been all over, thousands of hours of gigs and practice time, and it still looks fine. I mean, we have no issues with the stitching coming out, but I mean, compared to this piece of junk, where, I mean, it started looking like this after the first, not even year I had it. Stitching started coming out. Look at that. Everything's breaking on it. It doesn't have a fraction of the hours that one has on it. That stinks. And how does it compare in height-wise? Oh, it's about the same height. But I mean, look at these two. This is a 22, 23-year-old throne, and this one is just a couple of years old with a fraction of the playing time on it. Come on, Tama. Get it together. If anybody asks me what you should buy, it's a hydraulic Rockin' Sock. And then you just have the one question, which may be, should you get a round seat, which their round seats are much bigger, or should you get a bicycle seat? Personally, I like the bicycle seat. You can look into research as to if those are good for humans to sit on or not, especially guys. That's up to you. They have the rounded seat option. When it comes to drum thrones, they're more important than you think. It comes to your back pain and you becoming a better drummer. Studio for SDS. Do I have a hair? Like, jeez.
I don't think so. I can't see.
I breathed
a lot of hair.
Yeah, I breathed the beard hair and the other day, I almost died. It got stuck back here.